Welcome back, grade 10s. Great interaction on the page. As you know, a few of us have joined us. Some of you are probably still busy at school because it is a Thursday. But if you are home, then you better just stick to this channel and join us on our Facebook page. Which is facebook.com/learn extra. So make sure that for these last few minutes, you are with us 100%. Over to you, Hayley.
Thanks, Katlego. Right, guys, welcome back. So now we're looking at a new question. We're on question 4. We've done quite well today. We got Mr. and Mrs. Gelman would like to make a donation to help upgrade the local sports field. The sketch below shows a plan of the field. The measurements on the diagram, not drawn to scale, are in meters. So those are important facts. And then they give it to you again, actually in the text. The sports field is made up of a rectangular grass soccer field, and those are the measurements there. 2 semicircular seating area with a radius of that, and 2 rectangular paved areas with 5 meters. The paved areas separate the seating area from the soccer field. So what have we got? We've got our soccer field. They've given us our dimensions, and they give it to us again in the sketch. We've got a paved area, which is 5 meters wide. And then we've got a semicircle, 2 semicircle seating areas. So basically, people are just sitting kind of behind the posts, behind the goals. What do we call it? Soccer. Goals. Goal posts. Okay, so let's see what the questions brings us. The Gelmans donate 3,000 Rand to buy fertilizer for the soccer field. Calculate the area of the soccer field. Right, well, our area is our length times my breadth. And my breadth here is 95. So I'm just going to add that. I'm not sure if you can see it that well in this color. So that is 95 meters. I'm just moving that up to here. So my formula, my area is length times breadth. So my length was 80 meters times by 95. And in fact, I'm leaving these meters out. 80 times 95, and I need a calculator for that. So 80 times 95, and 7,600. So 7,600, and now I need my units. So what do we got? Meters squared. The next question says, calculate how many bags of fertilizer can be bought with this donation if 1 bag of fertilizer costs 49 Rand. So we know that 1 bag costs 49 Rand. We want to know how many bags we can get for their donation of 3,000 Rand. So what we need to do here is we need to see, well, what did we do from here to get to there? We actually times by the reverse, so we times by 3,000 and divided by 49, and we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to say 3,000 Rand divided by 49 Rand is going to get me how many bags we can get. So on the calculator, 3,000 divided by 49, and we get an answer of 61,22. Now in this case, let's write that in, 61,22 bags. Again, I need to round off because I cannot have a 0.22 of a bag. And the question is, must I round up or round down? Now, in this case, I can only round down because I don't have enough money to buy 62 bags. So I, in actual fact, can only buy 61 bags of fertilizer. So let's move to the next part of the question. Right. They would also like to donate money to fence the perimeter of the sports field. Determine the length from A to D. Now let's find A to D. So from A all the way to D. So we need to determine this length. A, we said, was 5 meters. The length of our soccer field, so BC, is 80 meters. And this paved area is 5 meters. So 5 plus 80 plus 5 is clearly just, let's get this in, 90 meters. Right, next question. My M doesn't look so good. Right, now we want to determine the length of the curved part, this DEF. So let's find DEF. We want to calculate that area there. So remember they told us that was a semicircle. They also told us the radius. So I want to find my radius again. My radius was 47,5. 47,5 meters. So they've given us our radius. In fact, they didn't even need to give us the radius because we have the diameter of 95. So my radius is clearly half of the diameter. And we can see that that's perfect. So we want the curved area, and we're going to use our formula of 2 times by 3,14 times my radius of 47,5. I'm going to get an answer, but now remember this is for the entire circle. So what I actually need to do is I need to divide that by 2. So if I divide that by 2 straight away, I can see that my 2's cancel. So I can in actual fact just say 3,14 times my radius. But if this confuses you, then what I want you to do is I want you to take your calculators and let's type in those numbers exactly, the formula exactly like it is in the text. So that was the 2 times the 3,14 times by my radius. Get an answer, and then I'm going to divide that by 2 because I only want the outside. I only want the semicircle. So it's 149,15. Right, that's that part. Now we want to know determine the total perimeter. So my total perimeter is those 2 measurements that we've calculated. That was 90, plus my 2 semicircles, which was 140, what was it, 149? I had it on this calculator. 149,15. Right, so let's get our calculator out. And on my calculator, I've already got my semicircle. So I'm going to times it by 2 because I've got 2 of those semicircles. And I'm going to add my 90 from the one side plus my 90 from the other side. And I'm going to get a total answer of 478,3. (478,3), and don't forget your units. So our units are meters. Right, let's see what the next part of our question says. Next part of our question says, if the total perimeter of the sports field is 478,3. I love these kind of questions where they actually give the answer in the next part of the question. That's just what we've calculated. And we need 4 gates, each of 2 meters wide, are put into the fence. Calculate how much fencing will be needed. Well, we need our fence minus our 4 gates. And so we know all these facts. Our fence was 478,3, and we're minusing 4 gates, each of 2 meters. So we're actually only minusing 8 meters. So we can say that minus 8, and I think we don't need a calculator for that, to say it's 470,3 meters. How are we doing for time there?
I think we have a few more minutes
Have we got a
left.
few more minutes?
Yes.
Do you think I've got enough time to start the next question? So I think
It's
maybe
not
we're
long,
going
is
to
it?
leave. You know what? It is quite a long question, and it goes into volume. So I think I'm going to leave the question, but I know I've got a bit of time. So what I'm going to do, because I feel like I've been talking at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, so I'm going to just talk to you for a few moments. In fact, I can put that down. So what we've done today is we've done area and we've done perimeter. We didn't get to volume. We did a little bit of surface area, only in that of the painting of a room. So I think we'll do a little bit more surface area next time. So, but what I want to remind you guys is when you're doing these sections, break them down. Take your drawing, add labels to the drawing, kind of show where your lengths are, your breadths, your sides, or whatever it is. Do little drawings. because that actually helps you to answer the questions. Because I know, Kat, my kids, when I teach them this in class, they go,
Yes.
I can't do geometry. And I said, but it's not geometry. This is everyday stuff. This is stuff that we can relate to.
Of course it is,
And I
yeah.
said to them, just take it down. You've got the formulas. You kind of need to substitute into the formulas, but if you look at your diagrams, you actually can pick out quite a lot of information from the
Yeah,
diagrams
of course.
to help you. So don't be scared by the section, because I find that maths lit kids often are scared by the section, and it just
Yeah,
very
and everything
frustrating.
is basically in the question as well. Hey.
Absolutely, absolutely. So they need to take a deep breath. But I think on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, hand you over to Kat, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay, thank you, Haley. And I hope maths literacy teachers don't try trick you. In fact, no, I don't hope. I know they don't try trick you. So everything will be in the questions. Everything is set out properly. You just need to read. I mean, some people don't really read. Hey,
That's a
Haley, they just
problem.
miss out like numbers, and they miss out specific things that they have to say, especially on the calculator. They miss out the numbers that they have to put into it. So just make sure for yourself you keep focused, and you know that the numbers that you see you've actually put into the calculator. And it doesn't hurt to do a question twice, because you do find that you do make just little mistakes, because you're human. On that note, guys, thank you for a very fantastic show. You guys were absolutely awesome. See you for more maths literacy on Thursday. Bye, grade 10s.